boys and girls, babies in your diapers. Welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Hoy.
That's me, Tiberius.
Today we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a cool video game to talk about, a book about the jungle, and we have a totally awesome guest. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Daniel Bolan. Daniel is a brand new author and the founder of the Student Veteran Foundation. Thanks for being on the show, Daniel.
Thank you for having me again, Tiberius. It's good to see you.
You're welcome. Well, today we're going to start off with a video game of the week, and this is going to be a field trip.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
And now it's time for the video game of the week. Today's video game is Field Trip Z. So this is a game on the Roblox platform. It was made by Splitting Point Studios. Because it is on Roblox, you're able to play it on PC, Mac, Xbox, and even your cell phone. And it is free! They may have made a lot of games, such as Stuntman Simulator and BattleBots. But today, we're going to review Field Trip Z. This is like the game Hotel, and in that, it is a story game. First off, I got into the game, and it was pretty cool, and I went into the circle that teleported me into a school bus. The bus takes you to high school, and you have to explore the school. And when the game prompts you to get into your seat, you have to be in your desk in class. The principal asks the teachers to come to his office. While she is gone, someone opens a hatch at the top of the room. When she returns, you have to make a choice. Do you tell the teacher and make a player lose health? Or do you keep it a secret? Do you want people to lose health and turn them into a zombie real quick?
No.
Or not?
No.
Well, you'll have to escape out the hatch when a visitor comes knocking at the door. I'm not going to ruin the storyline of the game, but you must find a screwdriver next. You really do. I give Field Trip Z 8 out of 10 stars because the ending was kind of bad, but I really like the visitor who is well, you just have to play the game to find out who comes to visit.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties. Contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373.
And now it's time for the book of the week, Four Mice Deep in the Jungle. This book is written by Geronimo Stilton. I'll read you the back of the book. In fact, Daniel, would you like to do the honors?
I would love to do them, thank you. Geronimo is in serious need of an intervention. With a list of fears growing taller than Ratburger's extra-large triple cheese milkshake, Geronimo's family decides action must be taken. What's better than a week-long jungle boot camp? Geronimo takes on treacherous hikes, roaring rivers, and fierce snakes, but will he come back a changed mouse?
He might. I don't know. But you gotta read the book to find out.
Yes, you do.
Well, this is an ad bonus worth 1 whole point. It is rated for 3rd grade and first month. You can get this book at the library or on Amazon. I have already fallen in love with this series of books. We again join Geronimo Stilton, who runs the Rodents Gazette newspaper. He writes about his adventures as a traveler. This time, Geronimo has become a scaredy mouse of all things great and small. His family takes him to the local doctor, where they learn all he has to do is just face his fears. The family decides the best way to help Geronimo to face his fears head on, is to go to the jungle boot camp. Geronimo finds himself on a plane with a number of other mice. The leader of this boot camp wakes everyone up with ice cold water thrown on them.
Oh my.
Maybe even the bucket. While in the boot camp, he is led on long hikes through the jungle where he has to face snakes and use zip lines to cross rivers. And in the end, he has to face Pinky Pig because he's going to have to spend a lot of money and he is getting scared.
I can see why.
I go 4 mice deep in the jungle, 10 out of 10 stars, because I really liked that they had to zip line across, and I liked when Geronimo failed to do it, and everyone fell together except for the leader.
Interesting. Sounds like an interesting read.
Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855.
See Tiberius Smith Law.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
That website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
All you dolls out there, this is me, Sizzle. 2019 flew by and my friend still did not have the body she wanted. Then I discovered a solution. The Cosmetic Surgery Place. Yes, cosmetic surgery. Don't spend another minute miserable. Call 407-636-5000.
And now it's time for the interview of an interesting person. Today's guest is going to be so much fun. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Daniel Bolan. Daniel is a brand new author and the founder of the Student Veteran Foundation. Thanks for being on the show, Daniel.
Thank you for having me, Tiberius. Always a pleasure.
You're welcome. So first off, how are you enjoying being on the show?
I'm loving it. All the energy in here. Oh, I wish your viewers were here.
True. Now, some of my listeners may remember that you have been on my show just over a year ago, and you have become an author. Can you please tell me about that?
Yes, I just released my book in May 27th, and it goes hand in hand with my charity, Student Veterans Foundation, and we talk about taking student veterans from soldier to student to success.
Wow. Now, for those that don't remember, Daniel is an Eagle Scout, Citizen of the Year, and expert bowler. And all this goes on and on. What got you interested in wanting to write a book, though?
Well, there are many things that I have on my bucket list, and one of them was to write a book. And so I wrote a book about student veterans and the issues that they go through, and I wanted to sort of create the argument that we need to pay more attention to America's heroes and do all that we can to serve them.
Mm-hmm. So now that you have written a book, do you plan on writing more?
I do plan on writing another one. I'm actually talking with my publisher, Defiance Press, and we're deciding on titles and images for the second book, which you'll just have to stay tuned for.
Okay. So what is the best part about writing your own book, Daniel?
Wow. There are a lot of things I like about writing my own book. One of them is putting my ideas onto paper for others to enjoy and explore, and to entertain them as well as get their perspective on my work and other things like that.
Okay. Well, what is the hardest part about becoming an author?
Time. Being a competitive athlete, being a student who's doing 3 majors in college, sometimes there just isn't enough time in a day. So time is really difficult.
Yes.
But determination will help you along the way.
Determination. Yes. Especially for Undertale. So, you you are now the first author that we cannot review your book on the show. That is because it is too hard for a 4th grader. Now, who do you want to read this book, and why is it so important?
So the book is targeted to college administrators, college faculty, and anyone who works on a college environment or a college campus. And what is your second question?
And why is it so important?
It's so important for them to read because we need to take care of all of our students on college campuses, including those student veterans, of which we have 25,000 just here in our Orlando area,
Wow.
and over 1 million nationwide.
Wow. So, now you've been traveling all over the country doing interviews about your book. Who was the one interview that you were so nervous about?
I would have to say one interview that I was nervous about was the Ann Vandersteel show, which took place in southern Florida. Ann is a great lady, and she asked a lot of good questions. I just had to prepare myself because, rapid-fire questions, and shows can only last so long, so I had to be prepared, get my message right, and stay on top of things.
So, did you, freak out when you got to meet some of the famous journalists and people that have been interviewing you?
Yes, I love watching the news. I love journalism. I love hearing more about the journalist aspect and viewpoints on different topics. So I was definitely nervous and intrigued about meeting them, but they're just like you and I, they are doing all that they can to make the world a better place and, provide good news to all of us.
So last time we were here, we talked about Strike for Vets, where you held events at bowling centers raising money for veterans. Today, you have started a new nonprofit called the Student Veterans Foundation. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, so the mission of the Student Veterans Foundation is to take student veterans from soldier to student to success with on-campus and off-campus programs that gets the like-minded community engaged on college campuses to sort of get involved with helping student veterans, as well as providing all the necessary resources they may need to ease their graduation process and get them into their career field.
Wow, so that is so much larger than last year when you were here. How big do you think it will be next year?
Well, I hope it gains national attention. We've been talking to a lot of colleges nationwide now, many from Florida, many from Texas and California, so I guess only time will tell.
Okay, well, on that note, if you go back 10 years to tell yourself something, what would it be?
If I went 10 years back, believe in yourself and don't believe what other people assume about you. Many people simply don't know what you're going to do in life, and they don't know where you're going to go, but only you can be in charge of your own destiny. So only you can put in that hard work and determination to work for it.
Yes.
So just trust yourself, trust your abilities, and you'll do great things.
Okay. So what advice would you give my listeners if they wanted to grow up and write their own book?
Well, they need to if they want to write a book, they need to write it on a topic they're passionate about. For example, mine is veterans. Some of your viewers may be interested about anime or different Netflix shows or music. So you have to find your passion, love your passion, and then get other people to give you insight and to help you with it.
Okay. I can do that.
I'm feeling a future author coming on.
No.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Yes. So what was the biggest mistake you ever made, and how did it change you as a person?
The biggest mistake I ever made. That's a good one. The biggest mistake I've ever made.
Yep.
Probably talking back to my parents once or twice when I was younger. Our parents are our biggest support systems, and, you and I as younger generational members have to look up to our parents and respect them. So, there's few times when I was younger and a little complacent, I would talk back to them, and you know what, that's just not the right thing. And as I've grown through the years, I've just begun to experience more and more how much they love and care and support me, as your parents do for you as well.
So when you're not writing your next book or writing the foundation, what do you do for fun?
Netflix. I
Anything
love
else?
watching Netflix and YouTube. I love listening to music, hanging out with friends, going bowling, of course, as you know, and just chilling. Just chilling around the house in my free time that I don't often get so much, but
Hey, no worries, me too.
I know you're a busy person.
So what is your favorite show on Netflix?
One of my favorite shows is The Office. It's a little adult humor, and it's very fun to see, different average American lives, just like you and I, being filmed in their day-to-day operations of the office and work, and it's very funny.
I wish I could watch that. So, do you play video games, and what's your favorite one?
So I do play video games on my PS3. Mm-hmm. All the games that I play are sports games, though, so, take it as you will. My favorite game is probably NHL hockey. This last year I've really gotten into hockey and cheering on the Vegas Golden Knights, so,
I was going to say, if you have a PS3, I thought you would play Skate 3.
Yeah,
it's a very fun game.
I'm a little behind.
Okay, so what is your favorite book to read besides the one you wrote?
You're right about that. I do love reading my own book. Wow. One of the favorite books that I like is Zodiac, which is about, astrological signs and astronomy and about the universe. It's very interesting, and talks about different moon phases and all that sort of weird stuff that many people are interested around. So that's one of the books that I like. I really like non-fiction books as well as some fiction books, which is what Zodiac is based on. So many historical books that I like, whether it's books by Martin Luther King Jr. or many of the Supreme Court justices, books like that.
Okay. Now can you tell me that one story you don't remember? This is a kid's show, but that one story, that you're not supposed to tell me about.
Wow, that's a good question. There are many stories that many people don't know about me. One of them is how I've always wanted to get into journalism, like we talked about earlier in the show, and being a newscaster. When I was younger, my family and I would go to the Orlando Science Center so many times. And they have a green screen there with the weather, and I would always pretend to be doing the weather forecasts and predicting the traffic, and it was just, sort of fun kid stuff, but it was really intriguing to me, and I always love it and love watching the news, and journalism's fun, what can I say?
Mm-hmm. Well, is there anything else you think my listeners should know about you?
That I like to have fun. I don't get to, sit back and just do nothing a lot of times. So when I do have that time, it's really fun. And, getting to spend time with friends like you and your family. It's always good to be around them. And, just chilling and doing nothing, it sometimes is the most fun thing in a person's day.
Yeah. So do you have a website or Facebook for my listeners that want to follow you?
Yes, I do. So they can go on Facebook or on Google to studentveteransfoundation.org. We have the website there with all of our programs, our mission, our values, and a bunch of general information for your viewers and listeners to know about.
Okay. Well, how can they get your new book?
They can get the book off the website, which is studentveteransfoundation.org, or from the Defiance Press website, who I've been working on to make the book happen and make it become real.
Okay. So what is the one question that you think I forgot to ask you?
Where do I see myself in 10 years?
Well, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Man, I shouldn't have done that one. But no, in 10 years I see myself hopefully working in one of the agencies, whether it's the FBI, CIA, or something like that, possibly working in Washington, D.C., or as a lawyer. So, as I said, time will tell.
Well, thank you, Daniel, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
Sure, of course. Let's do it.
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gatorites. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now to get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
Are you frustrated with your computer? Tired of waiting for the computer to let you get your work done? Having an IT professional available when you need him can be invaluable to your business. With a Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan, you can enjoy error-free computing and get your tasks done when you want them done. Got a virus or malware warning? Call YCS and let them remotely solve the issue for you. Computer running slow? Give YCS a call and they will remotely fix it. When? Well, right away. On average, our clients are back up and running within 10 minutes of their call. If you want your computer to run smoothly month after month, just get the Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan. Your Computer Solutions is there when you need them. Call us today at 407-826-0810. I repeat, 407-826-0810. Emergency repair when you need it. Call us, 407-826-0810. Get ready, it's time for the Bowling Score Report!
I got a 145 and a 110 and a 125 in the final game. Just as you want to know. And this is my first time back from coronavirus. And I am so happy to be back. Well, how about you, Daniel?
Yes, I'm happy to be back as well. As you know, all the bowling centers were shut down for months now. So, I gotta say, those aren't bad scores for just getting back.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
And now it's time for Math Corners. Thank you so much, Daniel, for your help with Math Corners. Today we're going to talk about Euler's formula. Well, this week I've been doing my IXL and learning about faces, vertices, and edges of a polygon. Well, here's a secret formula that can help to check your work when you are counting the elements of a polygon. The formula is faces plus vertices minus edges equals 2.
Wow.
So we can try it out on a cube. A cube has 6 faces and 8 vertices and 12. And, well, times 12 edges. So if you take 6 plus 8, you get 14, and then minus 12, you get 2. So you can check your answers are correct. Now, isn't that really cool?
Yes.
I was having a hard time with pyramids. A triangle pyramid would be 4 faces plus 4 vertices, which is 8, and minus 6 edges, which ends up with 2, so it is correct. But I don't know why I'm having a hard time with it. A square pyramid would be 5 faces plus 5 vertices, which is 10, and minus 8 edges, and you get to 2. So this is a great tool to use when dealing with polygons or counting those edges. So Daniel, do you now know all about the Euler's formula?
I do. Thank you for an awesome explanation.
You're welcome. Daniel, have you ever heard of the Euler's formula before?
I've heard about it vaguely in different math classes and topics, but not as well as you explained.
So how do you use math at your job?
Well, one of the things I've been doing in my political science courses is looking at statistical data between different demographics and how they tend to vote. For example, is this area more rural or is it more urban? And what is the change in voter turnout, or which demographics have voted for which candidate and how?
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Daniel, for your help with Math Corners.
Thank you.
And now it's time for Heart of a Lion. We at the Tiberius Show like living with the heart of a lion. Living with the heart of a lion stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and nobility. We asked Dr. Ferret exactly what that means.
Leadership is really about influence. Leadership is, and the way we define it is good leadership, is about setting the right example and encouraging other people to do the right thing. Integrity is about doing right no matter what. Through life, there are a lot of different circumstances that arise, and integrity, someone who shows integrity, it doesn't matter what all the external things are, they always choose to do what is right. Obedience is about obeying those who are in authority over you, whether that's a teacher, a boss, a parent, that when you are asked to do something, that you respond with obedience, quickly and completely. Nobility is about having respect. It's about carrying yourself with respect and showing respect to others. When you put these four things together, that's Lion Strong.
This week, we're going to talk about leadership. For me, I think leadership is the act of loving what is good, having self-control, and being disciplined. The qualities of leadership are providing guidance and direction, organization, and being a positive influence on others. Well, it was a crazy week. I got to meet Glenn from WOKB and learn about running a radio station. And it really takes a lot of organization to keep a station running well. He has to manage the shows, and then the commercials, and so much stuff. And then he has to manage the people that work for the station and let everyone else know what is going to play. He also makes sure that the content is a positive message to the listeners. Not only was he a great leader, he shares the credit with all of his members of the staff that work at the station. Daniel, did you see or use leadership at all this week?
Yes, I did see leadership, and I did use leadership this week. One of the things was in one of my college classes, we all split up in groups and we had to, give each other different tasks. And I got the leader task. So I had to exemplify leadership and making sure everyone was on board and everyone was taking their time on the different tasks that we had to complete for the project.
Well, of all the heart of the lion virtues, which is your favorite and why?
I would have to say leadership. Not only are we talking about that today, but that word is also in my book, Forgotten Leaders. And it's important for us as citizens of the United States to recognize our leaders, whether it's in government or in the military, and to make sure they know that we value their service and all that they've done for our country.
Mm-hmm. We should always try and be lion strong in everything we do, shouldn't we, Daniel?
I agree with you on that. There are so many good topics that the lion can give to us and for us to exemplify in our daily lives with others.
Mm-hmm. And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Daniel Bolan for being my special guest this week. It's been so much fun talking with you today, and I hope to be able to have you coming again when you complete your next big project.
Yes, I would love that, Tiberius. Thank you for having me on. And for any of your viewers out there who are interested in knowing more about me or my charity, they can go on to studentveteransfoundation.org, where they can see links to buying the book on Amazon as well as Barnes & Noble, and of course Defiance Press, like I said earlier. Or if they just want to connect with me and see what I'm all about in my philanthropy, they can look up Daniel Bolan on Facebook as well.
And be sure to listen to us next week on the Tiberius Show with their host, Tiberius Bolan!
The Tiberius Show is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Executive producer, Joseph Boy. Production editor, Pierre Laguerre. Green Room manager, Danny Boy. And your program host, Tiberius boy. The Tiberius Show is copyright 2018.